Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to our Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Xfinity Series, Alsco uniforms, 300 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the 77th Xfinity race at Charlotte on the Oval in the history of the Xfinity Series since 1982. We got 300 miles, 200 laps, 3 stages, 45, 45, and 110. Pit stops typically for fuel right around 57 to 61, so we can go both stages, split that last stage in half. We should be good to go with tires. We got 5 sets of tires on the ground to run this race. We got Daniel Hamrick, who dominated last year, won stage 1 and stage 2, with Ty Gibbs getting the victory. The 54 car, back-to-back wins in 2020 with Kyle Busch and 2021 with Ty Gibbs. Look for them to have a strong run as well here. Cup drivers that we have in the field, we have Ryan Preece, who's doing triple duty this weekend. He's in the 5 car. We got Austin Dillon in the 48. Big Machine Racing getting the victory, their first career victory last week with Tyler Reddick there at Texas. Now Austin Dillon's in that car this week. I don't disagree with these teams like a what is it, Green Light? Was that the name of the team that did this? That Cole Custer drove for earlier this year. Let me find it here. SS Green Light Racing had Cole Custer at California in the 07. Custer went out and got the victory last week. Big Machine, the Big Machine Racing, is that the name, official name of the team? Yeah, Big Machine Racing Team, that 48 of theirs, which they had Jade Buford in it earlier in the season, which he had a few good runs with it, but putting Tyler Reddick in there last week. They got Austin Dillon this week. Has Growls drove a few races. They are an alliance with RCR. That's why the RCR Cup guys are going in there. But Jade Buford, yeah, he had an 8th place at, what was that here? At Coda. Otherwise, 23rd at Daytona, 22nd his last race at Martinsville. So they're putting some other drivers in there to kind of see where the equipment is. I don't hate the idea of doing that, but I don't love the idea of doing that. Because even though you put a Cup driver in there to Tyler Reddick last week and then Austin Dillon this week, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to victory, especially on the team, newer team. They've not, in the past, not had a history of running well. But more than likely, by putting that Cup driver in there, you're going to be able to do something. And when we know Willie B drove the 88 HenrickCars.com with Alta as the associate sponsor. He finished last week, finished 2nd. So, but that's the Junior Motorsports car. That's the team that's typically running up front. Justin Allgaier 4th, Sam Mayer 3rd. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th were 3 of the 5 Junior Motorsports cars. We'll see how Austin Dillon does this week. I think because it is the intermediate style track, Austin Dillon is a really good driver. I think he'll do well in it as well as like Tyler Reddick did last week. We got Trevor Bayne in the 18. Back in the 18, we got Jeffrey Earnhardt back in the 26 for Sam Hunt Racing. There's a driver that needs some good runs. When this guy's in a good car, which we've seen back when he drove for Joe Gibbs in the Xfinity race for a couple of races. He drove for a satellite Joe Gibbs car, the XCI Concepts or something. He was able to go top 10s. He finished 2nd at Talladega in an RCR car. But yeah, definitely Sam Hunt Racing is one of those teams as well that needs to get out. He needs to have some good runs. And then we also have Ryan Preece, who's doing triple duty this weekend. He's in the 5 car here for this race. Look for good things from him as well. So the last few races at Charlotte since 2019 for the Xfinity Series. Ty Gibbs, 1 race, 1 win. That's simple. 1.0 average finish. Justin Allgaier, 3 races, average 6.0. Jeb Burton in 2 races, average an 8.0. Brandon Brown, 3 races, 10.7. Riley Herbst, 2 races, 12.0. Noah Gragson, 3 races, 14.0 average finish. And Daniel Hamrick, 2 races, 15.0. That's just since 2019 at Charlotte Oval. Now, on the intermediate tracks, last year in 12 races, Ty Gibbs, 7.8 average finish with 2 wins. Justin Allgaier, 8.08 average finish with 2 wins. The Dinger, AJ Allmendinger, 10.5 with a win. Daniel Hamrick, 11.6. Noah Gragson, 11.8 with a win. Brandon Jones, 13.5. Jeb Burton, 14.4. This year on Mile and a Half, we're talking about Vegas, Darlington, and Texas. Justin Allgaier averaged 3.33 average finish with a win. That is a first, a fourth, and a fifth for Justin Allgaier. Landon Castle, 7.33. Now, as I talk about Jeffrey Earnhardt, as I've talked about Ross Chastain, drivers that when you put them in good equipment, they have good runs. You know, Landon Castle is starting to fall into that category as well. He's had some good runs in the Kaulig racing car this year. Some early season videos you've seen, I'm not a fan. Beyond, just straight up not a fan of Landon Castle because he's not done anything yet. Now he's starting to get some top 5s, top 10s. So far this year, Landon Castle, 10th in points, 7 top 10s. He's got 3 top 5s with a second place at Martinsville. Because I am a Kaulig racing fan, Mark Kaulig and Chris Rice there, it's good runs for him. Daniel Hamrick, 8.0 average finish. AJ Allmendinger, 8.67. Ty Gibbs has averaged 9.67 with a win. Sam Mayer, 9.67. And then Josh Berry also 9.67. Now, if we look at the playoffs as of right now, we have 12 races done, 14 races. So this is the halfway point. This is race 13 of the regular season for the Xfinity Series. We have 7 different winners. We have 12 playoff spots. So with 14 races left, we need 5 new winners to be at 12. We could have more regular Xfinity driver wins in 2022 than we have playoff spots, which would be really cool because we've had 2 non-full-time teams win, like I said, Cole Custer and Tyler Reddick. I know we can have another one this weekend with Austin Dillon, but hey, he's going to be one of my picks. Spoiler, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else didn't step up and get the victory, but I wouldn't be shocked if he went back-to-back in that 48 like Tyler Reddick did. We've got AJ Allmendinger leading in points with a win. He's plus 44 for that regular season title, which as much as a regular season championship doesn't really do a lot, but that 15 bonus points sure does. Noah Gragson with two wins. Ty Gibbs with 3 wins. Justin Allgaier with a win. Josh Berry with a win. Brandon Jones with a win. 7th in points right now is Sam Mayer. He's another one of those drivers on the cusp of winning races. He has, in the last 7 races, 6 top 5s. 2 of those are 3rds, and 4 of those are 5ths. And then he has that 28 at Talladega, but hey, we'll throw Talladega out there because it's a wild card. 8th is Riley Herbst. 9th, Austin Hill with a win. Rookie season in Xfinity season car. First year with RCR. 10th place, Landon Castle. 11th, Ryan Sieg. 12th in points right now is Daniel Hamrick, our defending champion. The only thing that's helping him right now, he's got a 40-point lead over Anthony Alfredo. And then 14th in points is Jeb Burton, minus 63. Sheldon Creed, minus 79. Brandon Brown, minus 84. Now, any of those 4, and then the ones behind them, like Brett Moffitt, Alex LeVay, Jeremy Clements, Alex LeVay's not in that conversation because he did not qualify at Daytona. Mike Snyder, J.J. Yeley, Bailey Curry, any of these drivers, if they can get a win in those next 14 races, they're going to catapult themselves into the playoffs. Because all you need to do in the Xfinity Series is, I think, start every race, finish in the top 20 in points with a win here in the playoffs. But my 4 picks to win the Alsco Uniforms 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Ty Gibbs. Dude's got, 3 wins in a mile and a half so last year and this year. I know news broke this week that Joe Gibbs said on XM Satellite Radio that 2023 Ty Gibbs will be in the Xfinity Series as well. That way he gets 2 full seasons. And then in 2024, more than likely moving to Cup. It could be with a satellite team like a 2311 or someone else. Or definitely in the Cup Series by then. I know they're working on the 1-year deal with a technology company. Speculation is Worldwide Technology. Kyle's been doing a lot of commercials for the Cup race coming Worldwide Technology Raceway right outside of St. Louis. So yeah, definitely Ty Gibbs. 23 next year will be in the Xfinity Series once again. My guess would be a few Cup races, maybe with a 2311 third car. I know Denny Hamlin also said until things change in NASCAR, he wasn't going to expand 2311. We'll see where that goes. But Ty Gibbs and Justin Allgaier, one win already, averaged 3.33 finish on the mile and a halves. Had 2 wins last year. AJ Allmendinger, Dinger's always out there running well. Every single race, all 12 races, top 10. Not only top 10, top 9. He's got 6 top 5s in those 12 races. Everything's top 9 with that win at Coda. Thirds, Atlanta, Martinsville, and Talladega. And then Austin Dillon, 48 car, the Big Machine Racing bunch. They won last week, Tyler Reddick. Why couldn't he go back-to-back with Reddick and Austin Dillon? Both those drivers need wins in the Cup Series, but hey, why not build your confidence by winning with a, I would say, a Tier 3 team, I guess you would call it almost. Big Machine Racing, because they've not really shown anything until last week and this week. But those are the 4 picks to win the Alsco uniforms, 300 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be a fun race on Saturday. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a 50 day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.